tractor running. That's way too dangerous to do it while a tractor is running.
That's true. I do not want to get accidentally torn apart by a PTO shaft.
Yeah.
Okay.
The top link holds it in place. Dad, now you're done attaching it.
I'm actively working toward getting some potatoes in the ground here today. Still a little bit wet because we got some rain yesterday, but I want to get this area tilled up with the tractor so that I can come by later today and get potatoes in the ground. I want to make sure I can get some early season harvest this year, as well as a larger crop in the fall. So now that it's getting to be mid-May, I really need to get these in the ground. After getting the rototiller mounted on the tractor, I did take it over into the garage and slipped the slip clutch. That's an important piece of maintenance whenever you have a slip clutch driveline, just to make sure that it will slip if you hit something. I think I got it adjusted back to where it needs to be, but it's a slightly imprecise science measuring the length of the spring to get it back to where you were. So I may have to stop in a couple minutes and tighten it up just a little bit more if I find it slipping as I start tilling here. Now that I've done a couple passes, a couple things about rototilling. Slow and steady wins the day. I really like having a gear drive tractor for this application because I can put it in first range, first gear, my slowest gear, and I can just let the tractor crawl along and let that tiller really churn up the ground, and that leaves a better result after one pass. I will do more than one pass, but definitely get a better result when you're going at a really slow and steady ground speed. The other thing that's useful working in the garden like this is split brakes or turning brakes. At the end of a row, I can essentially use the brake on the side that I want on the inside of my turn, and I can make a much tighter turn so I don't have to back up to come back for another pass. With a hydrostatic tractor, you could just hit the reverse pedal, back up and spin around, but with gear drive, it's nice to be able to just hit that brake, pivot the tractor around, and go back the other way. I'll show you how that works. The next phase of preparation for potatoes is complete. The next step is just to plant them. That involves getting out the Troy-Bilt Horse rototiller with the furrower attachment. I haven't run that Troy-Bilt since last year, so I do have to get that going. Then we'll bring it out here and lay out our rows. I'm gonna go 3.5 foot spacing this year. I've done 3 foot in the past. That's pretty tight, just allows the Troy-Bilt to squeak down between with the hiller attachment. Gonna go a little wider this year so that I might be able to drive the tractor down between those rows with a tire on either side of the row of plants. The tractor wheels at the rear are 5 feet wide, so having 7 feet between 2 rows would let 1 row go right under the middle of the tractor. What's your guess? How many poles do you think?
10.
10? I'm hoping it's more like 3 to 5. Let's see. 1, 2. Will smoke for a little while with blue smoke out of that exhaust. If you're wondering why that's the case, it's because I fogged the cylinder with oil, and so it's got to burn that out. But it started up great, given that it's been sitting all winter. So I've got these posts laid out at 3 foot 6 inches apart. The first row here, I put some posts down the line to help basically be guides so that I go straight from one end to the other. For these next couple, it's kind of nice because it looks like those tractor tire paths at the edge of the tiller are right on where those rows need to be. So I've got a straight guide that goes down, and then this one here is pretty close as well. So that's going to help us establish at least these first 4 rows. For a few years now, I've been getting seed potato from the Maine potato lady. In the past couple of years, we've just done Kennebecs. This year, we actually have 4 varieties. So did 5 pounds of Caribou Russet, 5 pounds of Sangre. So the Caribou Russet is a white russet. The Sangre is a red potato. Then we got 20 pounds of purple Viking, which you can see I already cut all these. And then we also got 20 pounds of Eva, which is a white potato, as you can see here. So our first row is probably going to be half Caribou Russet and half Sangre, and then there's probably going to be a row each for the purple Viking and Eva. So we'll get started putting these into the ground. You ready to start putting these in? All right, good job. We want them to be spaced about a foot apart. So that's the spacing. Can you keep doing that? Great job. All right, we'll put another one down there. What do you think? Should we get some more? That's a rock. We don't want rocks in our potato row, right? There we go. Did you put in some more? Keep that spacing going. Great job. All right, let's keep going, huh? All right, I got a couple pieces. Let's put them in, 1 and 2. And you got a piece. Oh, try kneeling down and placing it. I think it'll get in the better spot that way. Good, let's keep going. Well, we've got 50 pounds of potatoes in the ground so far. First row here is Sangri and the Caribou Russet. The next row is Eva. This next row is Purple Viking. And then we had some that extended of the Purple Viking into this next row as well. The rest of this row we have left, and we've got some additional space here too. I've got a bunch of Kennebec left over, probably about 60 pounds of that. So we'll plant another at least 2 rows that's just Kennebec. And then over here, I'll probably make a separate video on that. We're gonna sow a cover crop. Well, that's all the time we've got for today. We'll finish planting the rest of our potatoes and that cover crop another day.